So, 10 years ago, give or take, Transformers Dark of the Moon came out, which, as you can see from this backdrop, involved the moon. A little bit. That's the thing. There weren't a whole lot of actual moon-related things going on in that film. It was more a case of, they go to the moon, they find Leonard Nimoy, they bring him back, and it all goes to shit. Anyway, so, that did not stop Hasbro and Takara from doing a handful of moon-related figures, all of which I now own conveniently, and so I figured I'd do a video on those. Yeah, it's going to be split into 3 parts, chapters down below, and up first is a segment I like to call If It Junes, It Moons. We'll start off then with Commodore, who in the interest of full disclosure is the only figure here not fully complete. He's missing the missile launcher thing that attaches there, but it doesn't need it, you know, he's a moon buggy. There's no one to shoot on the moon. So, working suspension front and back. A couple of gas cans in the back of it, and interestingly, a proper interior. He has seats and everything. So, yeah. Very cool design, very well engineered, and transformation is fairly simple as well. You split the back end and do the traditional fold out of the legs. Flip the wheels down to form heels and fold up the kibble. The bumper folds up, which folds in the details because Mechalive, this is the movie 1 remold. So they like things that happen when you do other things. This is the weakest example of Mechalive the line had to offer. That I know of, at least. I haven't really gone through the whole thing. Honestly, I just own a couple of figures that Thew covered in his movie 1 Bayverse Rodeo, which this video is a shameless ripoff of, being, of course, Michael Bay's Moongoon Platoon. Anyway. From there, you unhook these parts of the wheel thingies, which causes them to kind of suck in. Fold out the arm chunks. And yeah, sure, let's bring the chest down now, just to avoid having to do it later. So, arm chunks then fold into where you want the shoulders to be. And arguably the best part of this whole thing, the seats fold out and become creepy claw hands. There's no reason for that. It's just fun. Let's fold up the head as well, fold that back, and quickly do the other hand. Wait. Focus, sir. Thank you. I just want to get it to do the thing. Hold on. Snicked. Anyway, so everything is fully transformed. This is Commodore. I think this mold is oddly charming. It's not perfect, but it's fun, you know? I mean, in theory the cannon should kind of come up and over the shoulder and sit there, but he's not a violent boy. There's no need for violence. He has roller skates. Falling from the back wheels are his vehicle mode, which still have, in theory, working suspension, but they don't like to stay plugged in, and for some reason little wheels on the gas cans that form his feet. So, struggle for a moment to get him nicely stabilized. There we go. And put him on the backdrop, the origin of which will be covered later in the video. So yeah, he's pretty fun. Great little mold. Well, I say little, he's 2007 Deluxe, that's a good fun size. So, on to Dune Buggy II. This is Half Track. I don't know why either. He is fully trackless. So, here comes the human partner who we'll get to later in the video. This is just about him as he's a Dune Buggy. His human partner is not a Dune Buggy and is in fact a human. So, I've already started the transformation just by folding up bits of roll cage. The entire legs just kind of fold down and around, and the toes flip out. There's a third weapon mode, but it looks crap, so I'm not going to bother showing that off. Fold the rest of the roll cage back, and zoop up the arms. Fold out the hands. And there we go. Weapon-wise, 3mm clip system. Not around when this guy was about. A little more modern than that. Anything that's 3mm, this weapon can clip to. Like, for example, the roll cage. You can just clip on and go wherever. You can attach it to his chest if you want, which looks a bit weird, but, you know, you do you. Oh yeah, I nearly forgot as well. Fold out the thing that only serves a purpose in the weapon mode, which is the weakest mode on this guy. So, yes. Fold. Yeah, I said to leave it kind of folded back there. You know, he can get it if he needs it. Oop. Here he is with his big moon brother. So, that was the two new molds. On now to part 2, which I have titled literally just Ratchet. So, Ratchet here is the only remold. He comes in the set with the Lunar Crawler vehicle, more on that later. And because I got the Takara Tomy version, he came with a card. He's Cyberverse, he has some armor, some power, and some speed, an E-chamber, whatever that is, and 6,000 of something. His stats are 4, 5, 9, 10, 6, 3, 9, 10. That's a code for something. And up there is a QR code, which actually... Focus, thank you. Actually, I'm going to pause the video and see what that does real quick. Okay, the QR code is just text for CVC18, which I'm assuming is someone's password or something. I don't know. That card serves no purpose. On to actual Ratchet. So, while he's in this bit by himself, he's the only remold. The regular version of Dark of the Moon Cyberverse Ratchet, that is original Cyberverse, which was the rebranded Legends class, had a wheel back here instead of whatever the hell this thing is. So, transformation, very simple. Maybe it'll even stay in focus. Legs fold down, which nudges the head just enough that you can pop it up. The arms detach from the back of the vehicle and swing out. And then swivel and fold down, and swivel and fold down, and then the back just closes up. They made some weird choices with this guy. First and foremost, ball jointed elbows that only have inward motion, and then only a swivel at the shoulder. Why not just mold the hands on this way around, so that the elbow gives him a bicep swivel, and then just use ball joints up the shoulder rather than the swivel joint, because then he'd actually have a useful range of articulation. And like, just quickly putting the top end back to vehicle mode. Oh, it's on one side to show it off. There's a lot of space in there. There's more than enough space for some ball joint action. And he's decided no. He will have less articulation than we would like. So, the other thing to note about this guy, colour scheme, I like it. I don't know what an ambulance is doing on the moon. It's well enough for being uninhabited. there's not going to be many people in need of transport to a hospital there, and even if they are, an ambulance ain't going to do the job, let's be real here. Still, let's put him on here, along with the backdrop, and get on to part 3, a whole new mould. So starting off with Major Altitude. And yeah, she's a Human Alliance figure, the human counterpart to Half-Track. Who I'm just going to pull back out of here. She can fit into the vehicle mode quite nicely, but rather than showing that off, it will require transforming him again, so instead I'm just going to fold up the seat on the chest and plug her in. And yeah, Half-Track now has a human friend in a papoose.
I come fully equipped with a papoose.
I mean, yeah, nice articulated for what they are. The hips connect up into the torso, which does limit things a bit, but there's like knees, there's no elbows, but there's a good range at the shoulder, wrist swivel, head swivel. They're nice, fun little figures. So, up next, the big boy. But specifically, the smallest part of the big boy. This is included in the set with Ratchet and the crawler we just saw, which we'll get back to. It's a little treaded thing, where there's some solar panels, and it folds up into a gun for Ratchet, who is left-handed. I like that. I'm always on board with a good lefty. Less good is that, as you can see here, he has a hard time holding it without toppling over. Let's just have him hold it and chill out back there. So, the crawler. Let's move these guys back, because this isn't a very tall boy. Tilt the camera down. And from the crawler, let it extract another smaller version of itself. Yeah, this smaller crawler came with the Arc playsets, which I do not own, as it is a spaceship. It is not designed for lunar use, and indeed is on the moon after crashing. So, transformation for Roller here is ludicrously short and simple, and I'm just gonna continue stealing Theo's bit by borrowing his transformation music. This took me a little longer than he usually takes, admittedly, but here we go. The worst figure I own. He is hideous in just the worst possible ways. But I kind of can't help but love him. I mean, look at this. His shoulders just all over the place. There's the joints down here, the yellow in there, has bits of sponge that I've used to tighten them, but even so, he still has wibbly he still has super wibbly hips. Still, he has hinged knees. He has one shoulder with a ball joint that has an okay range, but clearly what kind of comes way into the torso was the side effect of the transformation. And the other arm is just a robot arm from the vehicle mode, which doesn't, which again gets a sideways elbow action, but nothing forwards or useful. Sculpting is quite nice, I will say. Yeah, nice, nice detail there, teeny little insignia on that. Solar panel on the back is printed. Yeah, he is ugly as sin, with a face that only Primus could love. But he's part of the team. He is among the Moon Goons. So, Cyberverse Crawler then, at long last. In this mode, he has the same extendo arm that his son over there did, which, in his case, can grab things. It's some kind of wretched space goose. Actually, that should be the other way around. Hold on. Anyway, so yeah, where was I with this? This thing? There's that. There's whatever this, I don't know, spatula is that can swivel a bit. Would like some more detail in there. Some things can't be helped. Anyway. Other modes then. This thing somehow has 3 modes. Let's get to the... And I've forgotten all of them. Okay, the other 2 I know require you to remove the whole arm. Sort of assembly. Right, how does this one go again? Yes, I remember things now. So I was wrong about having to remove the arm, but a bit late for that now. So, that folds up, this folds around and up. Same on the other side, everything kind of folds the places you don't expect it to fold to. There isn't really space for the spatula where it normally goes in this mode, but let's stick the gooseneck back on anyway. These can kind of come around further than that. This piece at the front, I always expect it'll go down further, but it kind of won't. And let's just stick this onto one of these. There. And here we have the repair bay mode, which is intended for Ratchet. So let's just grab him from the squad. Move his gun thing to there. And put him back into vehicle mode really quick, because this only really interacts with his vehicle mode. Yeah, so these Cyberverse playsets, they were fine. Yeah, I mean, the Arc has a decent transformation. We'll get rid of that, but I'm not really interested in owning it because it's very large. I don't have that kind of space. So, yep. Ratchet can, in theory, drive up. And then be grabbed by this. And grab that. After some effort, be grabbed by the space goose and thrown at roller. That'll do. I was trying to suplex him because this has space goose suplex action. Anyway, never mind. So yeah, Ratchet can come into there and be examined by a big robot arm, which can then pick him up and bam, suplex him off camera. Anyway, so yeah, this mode, a little bit underwhelming to say the least. It's fine. This whole set is generally just kind of fine. Anyway, the other mode, you remove this. For definite this time, remove the spatula, flip this over. Remove this. Fold the solar panel back under. Fold these back out, but leave the other ones where they are. And you have some kind of faster space car that Ratchet can slot into. And yeah, print detailing on the front kind of lines up with that. The whole reason why Ratchet has the remold is so that this Space Goose can peg into him. It doesn't want to stay upright for whatever reason. How do you tighten pin joints again? They're the ones I always forget how to do them. Anyway, let's give him his spatula back, but in a different configuration this time. Exciting. Is there space anywhere to put his friend? No, those are too shallow. Wait, no, there's room on the spoiler back here. So, yeah, that's the Lunar Crawler. Somehow the centerpiece of the Moon Goon platoon, despite being the weakest in 2 of its 3 modes. Personally, I'm pretty sure this was originally meant to do more, because it's kind of... Well, if you put it most of the way back to vehicle mode, for whatever reason, these solar panels can lock together like this. And none of the modes actually use that. So I'm just wondering, like, Was this intended for something at some point? Was this going to be some kind of airborne thing? Why do these lock together if none of the modes require them to do that? It's like only one has things followed down like this. And that's the one that's this way up. So like, what happened? What happened there? Is it some kind of moon barricade now? Anyway. So, yeah, that has been Michael Bay's Moongun Platoon. The full set of space-related figures that appeared in Dark of the Moon. The toy line, not the movie. Roller kind of had a cameo-ish. He's modelled after the generics that we just chilling out on the Ark. Why was the Ark on the Moon again? I'll be honest, I haven't seen Dark of the Moon since it came out. I have no particular interest in rewatching it. It was well and truly at the point of diminishing returns at that point, but nowhere near as bad as the following two, which... Who thought the Romeo and Juliet lore thing in the fourth movie was a good idea? How do we make this character endearing to the audience? Have him carry around a card that explains that technically he's not a paedophile. Yes, audiences will love that, we're sure of it. Whose idea was that? Anyway, this has been something, a little bit different, a little bit extra. I just want to throw some more Transformers content into the mix, because, you know, I've got a fairly sizable collection of just miscellaneous stuff. Same as these guys, and I want to show some... I don't want to throw anything anywhere. I want to show some of it off. It's because, you know, I may as well. Hashtag content, hashtag get that bread. Let's just get this back onto here. The final group shot. Yeah, this backdrop also came with them. It's just about big enough to fit on the Cybercrawl, to fit the Cybercrawler on. Honestly, I have no particular use for it, and will probably be just tossing it after this video is filmed. Just because, you know, it's nice, but it's useless. It's very small. You can barely fit the Moongun Platoon on there. Just given the weird gun thing, just a good measure. And, yeah, there we have, in its entirety, Michael Bay's Moongun Platoon. I'll see you next time when I take a look at another complete set of something obscure, probably.
Thank you.